Live once again. Welcome to the final session for the first day of PacPrint, and we are streaming live the print files from the PacPrint expo floor. And I'm joined by Chris and David. Gentlemen, you're from Avery, Dennison.
Yep.
A name many of us know from the famous labels and so on, but there's way more to the company than that. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks, Grant. It's a pleasure to be here.
Cool. So, okay, let's start off with Avery Dennison. Big name, well known.
Yep.
Quite typically, usually supporting so many other people, but you're here in your own right this session.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a few years since we've done an exhibition for Avery Dennison brand itself. Obviously, we've got some fantastic partners that we usually work with. We've got obviously Graphic Art Mart and Ball and Doggett here this year that have got our products on display. But we thought there's some fantastic products and innovation that we've been working on. And as a business, Avery Dennison, obviously a big American corporate, with operations in a bunch of different countries, that we've put a real emphasis around sustainability over the last 18 months. And we've launched a new set of sustainability goals. And I suppose the tip of the iceberg for us has been some really great innovation being launched in FESPA only just a few weeks ago. And we thought, what a great it's a small world these days, so what a great opportunity to bring it to the people here in Australia and New Zealand as well, and just kind of sneak peek or give a bit of a glimpse of what's coming in the really near future for us as well. So
fantastic.
Yeah, so we've brought in a bit of a attention-grabbing little three-wheel car. So
the electric car.
Yeah, a little three-wheel electric car, which is a bit of a Andre. I must give props to Andre, our marketing creative guy, who's managed to find this vehicle, which isn't launched yet. Similar to some of the products that we've got on display, but he found it, and guy was pretty keen to get it in front of some people. And it's been a real draw card. So we've wrapped it in one of our new sustainable materials. So it's a PVC free film, and it's essentially it's a replacement for our cast vinyl films or PVC films, which the biggest challenge within the graphics industry. Typically we've used PVC films for a lot of our materials. One of the reasons for that, or a couple of major reasons for that, is its performance and its price. So we've been working pretty hard for quite a number of years to try and come up with a kind of a real viable alternative to PVC. And this is our kind of first generation of wrapping film, or really durable film that's used on the vehicle itself. So it's a really nice innovation for us, and something that we're really excited to start to bring to market.
So it's as good as PVC in terms of durability and strength and so on, but it's not as bad for the environment as PVC wraps typically are.
Yeah, I think PVC, if you look at it from a sustainable perspective, PVC's, with other types of films out there, maybe it will use some more fossil fuels or less water, or but where it becomes a real challenge is when it's disposed of. So obviously, we are looking for more and more ways of recycling and reusing the materials, but with graphic films, we've got a couple of real challenges. One is that kind of decentralized waste. Aggregation of waste is a real challenge. That's number one, and I suppose number two is that they're mixed materials, right? It's not, you've got adhesives, you've got different films in there, you've got different inks or materials in the ink. So trying to, obviously the ultimate goal is circularity, right? So we could break whatever we have today back down into raw material components that we can then use as a feedstock into making the same products again. I think we're some way from that, but we are spending a lot of time investigating, looking at investments, and working with industry to try and innovate in ways in which we can bring that circularity to the graphics industry. And I think, for us, this isn't an Avery Dennison problem. This isn't a vinyl manufacturer's. This is an industry problem. And I think this is a great opportunity for us all to work together as an industry to solve what has become a non-negotiable, and that is, carbon neutral and decarbonisation, and making sure that we can provide long-term sustainable solutions for the industry for the long term.
Yeah, and while full circularity is a nirvana, every little step closer to it is just, it can't help but help,
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, it's a big beast to tackle. I think one of the interesting things that we're doing here, we've kicked off our, what we call our end cap recycling program. So we started it this year. And so all of our rolls are actually suspended on these polyethylene or high density polyethylene or PP end caps or core end stoppers. They're actually made out of recycled granules, but we're actually now started a program where we're collecting them from all of our customers. So there's collection points around the country where they can be dropped off, and then we're feeding those into recycling streams to allow them to make things like outdoor furniture, bollards, artificial decking, those kind of materials. There's a whole bunch of end-use applications, and once it gets into that stream, then it can become quite circular. So that's, I suppose, a small but important step for us to set up the kind of logistics and supply chain network that's required to get that off the ground.
Yeah, so make it easier going forwards.
And we've got some other programs happening in other parts of the world, like in India. We're working with some key converting partners to actually recycle liners. So once we get this core plug and we have this, there'll be certain types of recyclers of liners that we'll be recycling, as well as, as we introduce more of these sustainable products we're going to talk about, we'll be introducing we'll be looking at how we can continue to expand that.
Gotcha. Chris, any projects you want to talk about while you're here?
Yes, we're showcasing some of the sustainable products that we've been working on for a while, and we're close to launching. One particular I'll talk about is organoid, and that's a quite a unique architectural film which you can use for interior walls and some cut graphics. The materials are harvested natural materials, like there's a moss version, rose petals, and meadow grass that's produced in Europe. So the bulk of the material is natural and sustainable. Obviously, it grows every year and produces quite a unique film, which is very aesthetic in terms of its appearance, and also has an aroma, which is, there's not too many out there that do that and produce nice aromas. That's one we really want to get some feedback from the market on and see if there's a good fit.
Okay. No, good stuff.
There is some obviously some of the other films that we're bringing to market in the near future. I believe Dave was going to.
Yeah, so those. I think for us, obviously the print segment is obviously a high volume segment for us, and we've got, I suppose, at our premium end of the range is what we've wrapped the electric vehicle in, which is our SP 1504 Easy Apply. This is really a true alternative in terms of performance, especially. So we're looking at the same warranties that we offer on the PVC equivalents today. It pairs beautifully with the over laminate that we're selling in the market today as well. And it really is a viable alternative to PVC. Its application performance is very, very similar, and that's some of the key feedback that we've been getting from our customers locally and internationally for over the last several weeks as we've been doing trials and as we've launched the product in the market. So, it's a product that is going to be fairly close on price, within sort of 10% on price. And it's going to have, as good, if not better, performance across the range as well. So that's at the premium end, and at kind of the entry level, we've got some films, our sustainable print portfolio, which the SP 3523, which is a great kind of film for those shorter term displays, general kind of advertising, promotional graphics indoors and out. So that's a really exciting product that's actually, we hope to get to market this year. Obviously, there's a lot of challenges with supply chain at the moment, which is essentially delayed both these launches for us this year, but they're definitely coming. So it's great to be able to kind of give our customers a sneak peek here at PacPrint.
Yeah, fantastic.
I think one of the exciting things is that these products, I think when people think sustainability and call it equivalent products, you're always sort of ready for some kind of what's the compromise, but I don't think there's a lot of compromise with these. Really are quite equivalent products.
No, that's fantastic. You've obviously the headquarters have put a lot of reresearch and development into these products, so great to see them coming along.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it is core of it's one of our key values, right? Sustainability, and we put a lot of effort. A lot of our innovation that we're working on at the moment is centered around sustainability, and I think I said it earlier. It's kind of tip of the iceberg for us. There's a lot of great stuff coming behind this, so it's great to start that journey, and I think start introducing these products in Australia is going to be a pretty exciting time for us as well. So we're really looking forward to the times ahead.
Great stuff. Chris, anything you'd like to say at the end as we start to wrap this up?
Oh yeah, it's just sustainability is part of what we do. And we've been doing it for a long time. And we have the goals that we're working to are throughout our supply chain. We're working with our suppliers to improve their greenhouse gas emissions, and we've got some big targets around the products that we're bringing to market by 2030. So 50% of our sales we really want to be through sustainable products. So it is a big program for us, and we're already on that journey, and we're now ramping it up.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
David, anything from you?
No, I just to build on what Chris said, I think we hit a really important milestone. We set ourselves some 2025 sustainability goals back in 2015, and we actually beat our greenhouse gas reduction targets 6 years early. So
That's fantastic.
in 2019, we exceeded our 2025 goals, and hence why we've set these new 2030 goals. And I think for us, what we call our scope 1 and 2 emissions is something that we can control very closely, but we're working across the value stream, upstream and downstream from us, to make sure that we can get to, our ambitions. We announced our ambitions in the last 12 months to get to net zero by 2050 as well. So, we're well on the way to that. And it's, like I said, pretty exciting times ahead.
Well, fantastic. Chris and David, thank you so much for coming on the show and telling us all about not just the cool wraps for the funky car, but the amazing sustainability path that you're now on.
Great.
Cool.
Thanks for having us, Grant. Appreciate it.
Thanks, gents.
Cheers.
Okay, folks, this is the final live stream for today from day one of PacPrint. So you've been listening to the print files at PacPrint, streaming live from the PacPrint exhibition floor, of course. And naturally, we are sponsored by Ball & Doggett, who have helped bring these episodes to you today. We'll be back soon with another live interview, so stay tuned to this channel. Of course, tomorrow. They're not quite soon, but soon enough. Catch you tomorrow.